Good morning. It is January 23rd. This is day 22. I completed day 22 yesterday, and so I'm just here to share those results with you. So let's go. Yes, I made it to 12,000 steps. I'm not as I'm not as how do I want to put it? I'm not as gung-ho as I was with the 19,000 steps, but I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there this week because I said I would. That's what it is. So the thing is that we just put things out in this universe that we want, and then we go for it, right? And yesterday, what I realized is to get to my 20,000 steps, I have to do some in the morning and some in the evening. I can't do it all in the evening. It's too much. But if I do some in the morning, some in the evening, it's fine. Because in the evening, getting in about 10 to 12,000 steps in the evening is not hard at all. And if you haven't heard me talk about the rebounder, if this is the first time you're watching me, hit that like button, subscribe so you can be notified when I upload a new video, and go watch the beginning of this self-care challenge so you can see where I was. I feel like it's night and day. I am in, it's a metamorphosis. It's a transformation. It's truly a transformation. And to think that a transformation can happen in as short as 30 days, you wouldn't think. Maybe it's not exactly that transformation that you're looking for yet, right? Like the end goal is not there, but the things that start to happen when you make a change, any kind of change, pick something, do something that makes you feel good, right? Something that you are looking forward to that has a bigger end goal, and start working at it in steps. It's like, when you decide that you want to buy a house, right? When you start thinking about buying a home, most of us don't just go out and go, yep, let's go buy a home, right? You plan, you start looking at the type of home that you're looking for. Do you want a condo? Do you want a townhouse? Do you want a whole house? How many bedrooms do you want? What would you like that house to look like? How much money do you need? How much is it going to cost? Where do you want to live? All these things. And then guess what? You don't just pick the first house and move in. You got to go look, right? You look at the house, you look at the area, you look at a lot of things. There's a lot of moving parts. So it's not something that happens in one day, but a little bit at a time, you start to get closer to your goal because you know what you want. Maybe you've saved some money now. You know something about interest rates. Maybe you're waiting for the interest rates to drop, right? And you know that a year from now, interest rates are going to drop. Whatever that may be. Or maybe you're looking to you're working on your credit score to get your credit score to a better place so you can get a better interest rate. Now you know all these things. And so it's a work in progress to the end goal of buying the house. But along the way, you reap a lot of benefits because increasing your credit score, right, allows you to do a lot of other things. Doing that research, when you start doing that research, you may start running into people that have all of a sudden you run into, and you start talking to people who have bought homes before, and they start giving you little tips and tricks about what they've done, right? And so before you know it, when you're going into that situation, you have a wealth of knowledge. You have a wealth of growth that has occurred before you even bought that house. It's the same thing with your self-care goals. It's absolutely the same thing. When you start to take care of yourself, that growth happens a little bit at a time. It comes and you see the growth, you see the change. Maybe you're a little bit, maybe it's confidence that you gain. Maybe it's, your body starts to change. Maybe you don't see the weight coming off the scale, but your clothes start to fit better. Maybe your mobility is better because you're exercising. And I'm just giving you examples of things that I'm noticing that happen with me. And listen to me. This is day 22, which means this is the end of week 3. And we're going into week 4 and making this a habit. And no, I've had no alcohol. And actually, at this point, I'm not really even craving it anymore. So, and I'm rather enjoying the extra time that I have from not drinking to do other things. Because here's something that I noticed. So when I have a few drinks in the evening, right? Alcohol may make you feel a little euphoric at first, but it's a downer. So at the end of the day, it makes you tired. And so I would be, let's say I have a couple drinks and it would be okay, yeah, I'm tired. I'm just going to bed. But now I have energy to accomplish extra things in the evening, still get a good night's sleep. And that's the other thing, as you get older, when you're 20, your body recovers a lot quicker. But when you're in your 50s, when you get to be in your 40s and 50s, you start to notice some changes in how your body's processing the toxins that you're putting in, whether it's alcohol or it's something else. And so what would happen is if I happen to go overboard with the alcohol, let's say I decided, you know what, I'm going to have 4 drinks tonight. I'm just going to drink that whole bottle because it tastes good. My sleep would get disrupted. Then I would wake up in the morning with that hangover. And I just heard, I think it was Thomas DeLauer. I don't know if you know who he is, but I watch him a lot. He does a lot of research on different things, on weight loss and health, a lot of health research. And one of the things that he had I was watching him and he had on his channel, he was saying that alcohol affects your histamines. Histamines are what? Histamines are things that affect your allergy symptoms, right? And so when not only when you drink alcohol do you stop your body's ability to metabolize fat, right? So which is a problem if you're trying to lose weight and you're trying to lose fat along, you don't want to lose muscle weight. You want to lose fat weight. You want to get rid of the fat off your body, right? And so, but your body will not metabolize fat while it's metabolizing alcohol, which is why if you're drinking every night, it makes it harder to lose weight, especially as you get older, because your body becomes less efficient at doing it and it will stop everything else. All other types of metabolism stop to process the alcohol, the ethanol that you're putting in your body. Now, and then so there's another interesting fact, and I'm going to look up this study. I didn't look it up yet because I came to talk to you and I was just wow, histamine. So the allergic reaction that your body has causes you to feel like crap, causes the extra inflammation that you see in your body when you are drinking alcohol. And you will see, I'm going to give you one of the symptoms of when someone's drinking. You'll see people who drink have bags under their eyes. Now we all get older and we all have dark spots, and as we start to age, your skin starts to droop and people get Botox for that. But when you drink, if you do an experiment, if you drink, you can do this experiment yourself and notice that there's under your eyes are puffy after you drink, and that I believe that that's part of the histamine reaction. So anyway, just long story short, when you're on this journey again, it's just so many benefits that lead up to this end result. And by the time you get to week 3, the end of week 3, you're feeling you know what? Yes, I can do this. It's not about it, yes, you try to make it as fun as possible, whatever it is that you're doing. Maybe it's just a routine. Like I got up this morning again and it's routine for me now. I look forward. If I forget, right? If I get sidetracked and I decide to do something else and I don't light my candles in the morning, I don't create that Zen place in the morning, I feel it. And eventually I will come to it. I will, if it wasn't right now, it would be like maybe an hour from now, I'd be like, oh, something's different. And, I would get to it. But, and there's a whole mental switch that flips when you do these things. And when that mental switch flips, you're able to accomplish so much more. And because your mood is improved also. When your mood is improved, your relationship is improved, things around you improve, your interactions with other people at work and in other places improve. You're able to see clearly without, your judgment is not clouded. So many things. So I hope this message found you well this morning. We are at the end of week 3. We're going into week 4, the last week of the month, right? And I feel like I'm rocking it because I am not drinking. I'm not drinking. I'm getting my steps in, something that has truly at times for me, been an issue because I couldn't figure out how to do it. And you would say it's not that hard, right? No, I live in Florida. It's hot outside. Sometimes it's too hot outside. I live in an area, there's stray dogs. And so it's really annoying to go outside sometimes and walk because you don't know. I've run into pit bulls, loose where, maybe some neighbors' dogs got loose and that happens. I have a pad that I bought, and then I realized, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to walk 4 hours on my treadmill to get 10,000 steps in. I don't have 4 hours, right? And so realizing that this, the rebounder and the trampoline can help me get there and work smarter and not harder was just the best thing that could have happened, because it doesn't even matter what time of night it is. I know that I just have to, that last hour before I go to bed, even if I don't get to do it during the day for some reason, my day gets crazy, I can say that last hour before I go to bed, I can give it an hour and it's not bad. I just pop you've seen me, I just pop my headset on. I just, throw on whatever I want to listen to, whatever you like to listen to for an hour, a couple, different shows on YouTube. You can do YouTube movies, whatever, and listen to it, and get her done. What's his name? What's the guy who used to say that? Get her done. Oh my gosh, I forget his name. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so get it done. I'm so proud, and of all of you for just taking this time to take care of yourself, because without taking care of yourself, you can't take care of others. Without taking care of yourself, you decrease, your quality of life decreases. Without taking care of yourself, you miss out sometimes on so much joy that is available to you in this life. And believe me, I know, because I've been there. And I'm like, what if, sometimes you think what if I have been doing this all along? Well, life is a journey. And sometimes, they say that you can't look back because there's a time for everything. And sometimes there's some other lessons that you need to learn before you get to the point, or else you won't appreciate what's happening now. And I hope that's making sense to you. So let me see if I can give you a quick example. So it's like winning the lottery, right? So if you don't know how to handle money, if you don't know how to set boundaries with people, how quick, if you won $1 million at 20, right? How quick would that money be gone versus if you win $1 million at 50 after all your life experiences? You appreciate it. You know when to say no, who to say no to, how to set boundaries, and how you will even make that money multiply so that you don't run out. At 20 years old, all you know is you want to buy a car, you want to buy a house, you want to buy all these things, right? And before you know it, that $1 million is gone. You've spent it on yourself, your friends, your family, and everything without thinking of the future. But when you get to 50 and you start doing things, you're like, I need to think of the future. I need to make sure that there's enough. What am I going to leave? You start thinking about generational wealth. And part of your generational wealth is done and accumulated through self-care, believe it or not. So if you're thinking about leaving wealth for your kids, this is part of it, because how your kids see you take care of yourself is how they will take care of themselves. True story. All right, guys. Anyhow, I am rambling again, so I'm going to go. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me on this self-care journey. I hope today's video found you well. I am sending you peace and love. You stay beautiful, inspired, and empowered. And of course, you stay sexy so you can keep taking care of yourself and those around you. I will see you in the next video.